This will absolutely change your skin.
So what happens is, in general, you're in the environment and there's a certain amount of moisture in the air and a certain amount of moisture in your skin. The environment will always be taking moisture where it can. But when you're in a really humid environment, a lot of places in Australia in summer, more increasingly, places like Singapore, anywhere that's humid, the air is like, we're quite full of water. We don't need too much.
What that is, it's like a really thick cream that you can use as your moisturizer. However, I use it targeted. So I'll use it on my areas that get really, really dry as that slugging barrier cream. And that you can also just use it anywhere.
Yeah. So you're wearing a bright summer outfit, which I love a bit of colour in winter.
I actually would say it's a summery print, but it's got a long pant.
It's a pant and a sleeve. Sorry, what I meant was beautiful colour, because when we go into winter, everything gets dreary.
I know, people get so dull.
Literally. So should we do the first question?
Ladies, I need your help. My skin has been freaking out with the change in weather. What are your top product recommendations for barrier repair and really dry areas on my face? Oh my goodness. When I saw this question, I was like, did I write that myself?
Did you?
It's so my skin at the moment.
Can I ask you though, you are dry?
Yes.
In general. Don't you know?
You're just a dry old.
Well, it's a newer thing for me. We're not sure of this lovely listener's name, but I wonder also where she lives, because she says it's freaking out with the change of weather. Do you think
she obviously doesn't live in tropical North Queensland?
That's what I was going to say. She's like a Tassie or a Melbourne, because there's
or Sydney.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Or Adelaide.
Okay, yep, she could be from anywhere.
Anywhere except tropical North Queensland, I would say.
Which still stays pretty warm. Okay, well, I know that you're a beauty expert, but also a real person. So talk me through what you do, because this happens a lot to you in winter.
It does.
Because it's my first winter really struggling with – we're not even in winter yet, guys. Gosh.
I know.
It's my first drop in humidity where it's really affecting my skin, and I'm not loving it like I normally do.
I would say that the first thing that I do, because I'm actually going through this at the moment, and for me, Leigh's going to talk more about
why it happens
and tips and tricks that you can do. I'm going to talk about – well, I think
no,
so.
I am. I'm going to explain why it happens.
Why don't you do that first, actually?
Okay,
and then I'll go
idea.
into – because I've got product recommendations, including a few that I just will always have on hand as someone who gets so dry.
And as someone who is really not loving it at the moment.
No, I'm very cranky with my skin at the moment.
Okay.
Well, it's cranky with me, I should say.
Oh, our skins need a holiday. Actually, that helps. So what
happens really does.
Is
go somewhere very sweaty and humid and your skin will be like, go to tropical North Queensland, go visit the Ubis up there.
Go to Singapore. So that's actually a really good point, because a lot of it does have to do with the humidity or the amount of moisture that's in the environment. So it's called TEWL. I'm saying it like that because it's not TOOL. TEWL stands for Trans-Epidermal Water Loss. So what happens is, in general, you're in the environment and there's a certain amount of moisture in the air and a certain amount of moisture in your skin. The environment will always be taking moisture where it can. But when you're in a really humid environment, a lot of places in Australia in summer, more increasingly, places like Singapore, anywhere that's humid, the air is like, we're quite full of water. We don't need too much. Trans-epidermal water loss, let's just call it TEWL, is always happening in your skin, but much less when you're in a humid environment. So then obviously in winter, most of the humidity is gone. There's much less water in the air. So the air is like, give me some water. That comes out of your skin. So
what a thief.
I know. But
what a dirty little thief.
Out of everything, like literally a dog's bowl. I don't know, wherever there's water. So that's why we experience dryness more so in winter. Then we love to add to that, don't we? I will never give up my burning hot showers. I don't care. I have really warm showers or scorching hot baths. I don't know if you're a bather, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't. My child runs quite he likes cold. And if I have a bath, he will join me. So
same. Oh my gosh, same.
It's like lukewarm.
But like Luke, I was going to say though, that's what I struggled with most in pregnancy was like just a room temp bath. So heating, and then real fires or you're cranking the hot air. There's just hot air everywhere that's sucking out all the moisture.
There is, but for some I don't really have hot showers.
Yes.
And I also don't turn the heating on very often, and I still get.
Totally.
I don't know why I'm such a weirdo.
Well, it's the TEWL. The TEWL will always be happening.
No, I know, but it's just this thing about me that I'll go, no, I'm not paying for air conditioning if it's just me at home. And so I sit there, then Luke will get home.
What do you mean, like heating?
Yeah, I won't pay. I will not turn it on. If
Oh
it's
my God,
just,
you have it, but you won't turn it on?
No.
You can go and marry my husband. He's like, oh, I know that you went downstairs 3 minutes ago and you haven't turned the air on or off upstairs. I'm like, oh my God, I'll give you 0.1 cent.
I'm like, but it's just like, I can't put it on just for me. If it was Lenny, turn it on in a heartbeat.
Okay. But you're dry and the TEWL's happening. Anyway, wind as well is a huge one. So quickly before you jump into the recommendations, because I need your help, dry skin and a damaged or impaired barrier are two different things, but luckily you can treat them the same essentially. But just think of it as, if your skin has dried out in the season, it will be dry, maybe flaky. It won't be sensitive, red or sore. If it's sensitive, red or sore, you've got an impaired barrier. So while they're different things, you can, treat them similarly with hydration, but just try not to ignore sensitive skin or a sore barrier because it can deteriorate and become quite an issue in terms of, pain and repair. Whereas dry skin just kind of needs some hydration.
Yeah, which it does. So let's move on to what products you can use.
Yes, tell us.
What you need to do is you're looking for barrier products and repairing products that focus on replenishing your skin and sort of keeping any moisture that you pop in with, say, a serum. So because you say you're using all of your regular serums that you might be using in summer, you need to lock it in.
Okay, so that's what we're adding there.
Yes.
I agree with you.
We're looking for
replenishing
ceramides.
Is the best word. We never use that word, but replenishing just sums up what we need to do here.
So we're looking for ceramides, my favorite, peppy peptides, lipids and calming ingredients. So look for things like niacinamide if you're looking for like an antioxidant, urea, our fave, and squalane.
And Cica. Cica is so good for repairing.
There are so many. So what you want for your moisturiser, which is what you would pop on obviously last in your skincare routine in morning and nighttime if you're dry like me. So these are all really good. So the Skin Fix Barrier Plus Triple Lipid Peptide Cream. So that one is $98. Is
it? Sorry, I really love that product, but I didn't realize it because I just thought, 50 mils, I need to get that again.
The Medicaid Ultimate Recovery, that's 30 mils for $84. And then the Dr. Jart Ceramidin Skin Barrier Moisturizing Cream, 50 mil for $84. That's the one that the internet talk about the most.
Yeah, sure.
In terms of a moisturizer that is perfect for dry skin, that you just will lock everything in.
Okay.
But what I do want to say is that I will always have these products, maybe not all of them at the same time. And the list is actually even longer than this, but I've just chosen 3 for the purpose of…
Well, that's why I didn't bring very many or didn't bring any because I looked at your list and I was like, agree. And gosh, we could have
like
such
I've got
list.
So many more, but I was like, let's just keep it tight. So in winter, if you have dry skin, I would say 2 of these products and I'll tell you why. Firstly, either the Roche-Posay Cica Plus Balm B5 Plus or the Astura Atto Barrier 365 cream. So they're very similar in price. 100 ml for $44 for La Roche, 80 mils for $48 for Astura. So it's slightly more expensive.
Astura's a Korean brand, I believe.
Yes, you buy it Sephora or online.
W Cosmetics. I got mine there.
Yeah. So what that is, it's like a really thick cream that you can use as your moisturizer. However, I use it targeted. So I'll use it on my areas that get really, really dry as that slugging barrier cream. And that you can also just use it anywhere.
Yeah. All over the body as well.
Exactly. But it's not too thick for your face that it's going to make you break out.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas I love the Cica Plus Balm 5, but I couldn't wear that in the day under stuff.
Oh, no, sorry. These are more
at night.
For nighttime. When your skin's, these are what I'm, like you keep these on hand for when your skin's cranky.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I've got to fix it. And the one that I always talk about.
You do.
The Weleda Nappy Cream, 75 mils for $19. This will absolutely change your skin in area, like every winter from start to finish, as soon as it gets a little bit cold, I'm just snotty, perpetually snotty.
When I saw you in the hall, I'm like, I'm recovering from a cold. I sound awful. Yes, you did.
I actually did. And I get like just crusty skin under my nose for about 6 months out of the year.
Let's not call it crusty.
No, it is. It's crusty and flaky.
No, crusty sounds like a toddler at daycare that no one's wiped their nose and there's snots everywhere.
Yeah, but okay. It's more than flaky because
I
get flaky. It's gross.
Yeah.
I will put, when it's quite bad, a thick layer of the nappy rash cream before I go to bed. It heals it. Because think about it. It's thick and it's got all of the stuff in it that you want, that you then put on your baby's tushy.
Well, that's why I use Sudocreme for that, because it's zinc. Zinc's very healing.
Yeah.
But I will layer Sudocreme on, but I literally look like a baby's butt, like it's covered in white, before bed. Is this one white and thick? Like you couldn't use it during the day?
No, you cannot use it during the day. I also, the reason why I like the Weleda is that when I was pregnant, my best friend was like, she'd had 3 kids and she was like, this is my one tip. Sudocreme is not as good as the Weleda. It's way more expensive, but it is just so much better. And she was so right. Lenny did not once get a nappy rash.
Me neither. I mean, my child didn't either.
My child didn't either, and I used that the whole time.
Well, I'm going to go by that. I swear by Sudocreme. Basically, for that barrier repair, shit, my skin's sore. Go to a Chemist Warehouse or a Priceline. They're everywhere, those products. You don't have to have a fancy product.
No, not at all.
And I think you've made a really good point. Don't forget your regular hydration under all of this.
This is to lock everything in and protect it.
Yes. And also, sorry, questioner, but I also have to tell you, sleep and diet. Nothing can repair your barrier like sleep and diet, which I am not doing at the moment, hence why my barrier hates me.
Are you sure?
I am 100% sure because
I feel like if I've been good with my products, even if I eat just sugar and don't sleep, my skin's still fine.
Oh, sorry. What I meant is that's how you can repair it. Is I will never not eat a lot of sugar. No, but sleep is the number one thing for barrier repair because your whole body repairs at night, particularly your skin. So get some sleep, which I don't do. Oh no, I'm not saying I'm changing my diet, but omegas, fatty acids, you can actually feed your body lipids from the inside out.
I'd love some scientists to come out and be like, you know what? Maybe we don't need as much as we think we do.
Well, look,
it'd just make
just do as I say, not as I do.
Bloody experts,
but as someone who
sleep.
Does this for a living sort of thing, and I just can't get my barrier fixed.
Yeah, I wonder why I missed 2 hours.
Yeah, I can't sleep. But anyway, that's my lesson and my problem to fix. But if you can get some good night's sleep and eat some omegas, then do all this stuff, you'll be gone.